Make the strings louder.
Alright guys, so what I'm going to be doing today is fixing this fiberglass crack on the bumper. It looks like there was a little bit of damage right there that actually got primered with the bumper. So I'm going to fix that right there. You can see push right here, there's a little bit of a crack there. And then underneath there's basically this. So I'll go ahead and kind of show you guys how to do a quick little repair on a fiberglass bumper. But yeah, that definitely takes away from the strength of it. Alright, so get some 36 grit sandpaper. Basically just kind of go in here and get it so this line kind of lines up and it's flush. I'm scuffing the front of it, and this is 36 grit sandpaper. Scuffing the front a little bit because I am going to be doing a little bit of body filler on the front. To make sure that has some like good stuff to grab to. So I actually did a fiberglass repair video like a year or so ago, but it wasn't on a Supra bumper, so that's not as cool. But one thing you got to know about fiberglass and paint and all that stuff is it's a mechanical bond, so it doesn't like chemically bond itself to the stuff, it mechanically bonds itself. So you have to have some like nice, good sand scratches for it to kind of like grab onto once it gets hard. And kind of as long as you have that mentality and you kind of get everything scuffed up real good, then you should be good. So just line it up all right, and then just gotta really make sure you get the back side of it back here, because this is basically where we're gonna be doing the repair and laying down the fiberglass mat. So you can see right here where that's kind of been kind of stressed out, as well as right here you can see where that all stuff kind of like popped away from it. So I'm going to get that stuff scuffed up really good as well. One thing I'm also going to be doing is doing this little side marker delete right here. And so basically I'm going to use kind of the same concept, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and level off the front of this with some aluminum like ducting tape, and then go from the back side and then lay down some fiberglass mat around it, making sure to go a couple inches, and just try to basically fill that in with fiberglass in the back side of it, and then do a little bit of filler on the front just to even it out and make it perfect. Good on that one. So I always like to use this, it's like this cold weather like duct aluminum tape, and just kind of cut it to fit. This stuff's like, especially the cold weather stuff, the adhesive on it is really well, and it's pretty cool because you could tape basically right over where you do the fiberglass and it won't stick to it. You stoked because the Supra's getting work done?
Yeah.
Part 380 of bodywork. I really have done a lot of videos of bodywork, but
Well, it's a lot of work.
even if I wasn't doing a lot of videos of bodywork, I wouldn't be doing any videos at all though, because there's like nothing else to do right now, and there's so much time that goes into the damn body on this stupid thing to try to make it pretty. And then down here, this is I'm gonna try to keep this as far out, I guess, as I can. So I'm not gonna like push the tape into the hole. Actually, I'm just gonna kind of let it, so that way I could get as much of like the fiberglass mat and the resin in there as I can. So that way I don't have to put very much filler on it. Alright, so right now I'm just kind of cutting a little bit of this fiberglass mat. I always pre-cut this stuff before I even mix up the fiberglass, and kind of do like a little pre-lay. Kind of make sure you know how it's going to lay in there. And So that's probably what I'll use for that. Make sure, since this is a little bit bigger, I'm going to go ahead and scuff that up there real quick so that that's nice and so it'll actually stick to it. But yeah, that looks like a pretty good piece right there. Right here, I'm going to do like a little bit of a square one just for that little section. I might just end up kind of cutting a little slat in there so it kind of goes around the bend a little bit more. So that looks good for that. These ones right here, something along those lines. Get that going up in there, and then I'll probably scuff it out here a little bit more too. Should give us a good piece for right there too. Beautiful. Ready? So I'm going to mix up a couple ounces of resin. Probably like 3 ounces. Should be good enough for this because it's actually a fairly small repair. So they say like for every 1 ounce of resin to mix basically like 10 drops of hardener. It's like 20 so far. And then normally I just do like an extra, like I make sure it has like that minimum, and then I throw a little extra in there. Usually do this in a well ventilated area and wear like a mask because this stuff is pretty strong. I got both the shop doors open right now. Alright, so basically just apply some resin to the area. Let it kind of flow out past the little edges. Your mat. Like this edge a little more. And just tamp it all down. Basically let that resin just soak through the mat. Add a little bit more, but don't do too much because that actually makes it a little bit weaker. And you could do a couple layers of this stuff too. You could go like crisscross applesauce with it and add a couple little layers here and there. Haven't even put a damn fiberglass bumper on the car and I'm already repairing it. That's terrible. Reminds me of my drift car. If you guys watch my drift car bodywork videos, you know that those damn things have been ripped in half multiple times. And I always seem to bring them back from the dead. Is it raining? And if there's little air pockets in between it, it definitely won't be strong at all. So I got both of these sides of fiberglass. Basically what I did is I cut like little tiny squares and kind of set them down in there, like a little pre-deal. So there's like 2 layers in the hole, because basically since this is one big piece, it wouldn't actually kind of flow down in like the corners and stuff. And I don't want to just fill that with filler. So I just kind of put another layer in just those little squares and right there, just so this layer can basically lay flat, and then it'll kind of grab into that other deal. But yeah, I think I got most of the air bubbles worked out of this one. There's a little one in the corner. This one turned out kind of alright. I don't know, it kind of started getting hard on me over here. I don't know, I should have just really tried to make this one nice, because there's a little air bubble right there on the edge. But yeah, overall looks pretty good. Should be pretty strong anyhow. So gonna let this stuff dry, and then I'm not sure if I'm gonna do body work on it yet tonight. So I was just sitting in here in the office. I did go live on Instagram, and I kind of showed this whole thing. But I was sitting here, and I just looked down, and like randomly appearing here was this salamander. And I swear every time there's like a new Supra in the shop, one of these things like appears. I feel like it got brought with the other one, but it did just rain outside, so he probably strolled in, or maybe that one that I found a long time ago like had babies. But yeah. So here's all the Supra stuff, but it's funny because everybody calls Supras like salamanders because they kind of look like it. I don't know. Do you guys see the comparison? If you'd hold still for a little bit. I don't want him to fall, but yeah, look at him. Supra, salamander. Supra, salamander. I don't know, but anyhow, I'm gonna set him free outside. I thought about having like a little shop pet or something like that, and putting him in like an aquarium and feeding him crickets. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm having a baby in like 2 days, so I probably shouldn't be worried about that type of stuff right now. So I'm just gonna take him out here and just let him go, because the neighbors, come on, what are you trying to do? Okay, see you later, dude. You go wiggle off into the weeds. Later, dude. All right, so it's been about 2 days or so. I've kind of let well, actually about a day. I think I did this yesterday. But yeah, so you can see right there, that was that bubble that I was talking about that I really didn't want, and there's a little kind of bubble right there too. So basically, I'll just have to fill that with filler. What I did is I just took a screw and basically dug it out so that there's not actually like a bubble anymore. And so I'll just go ahead and fill that with body filler or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this scuffed up real good in this area, kind of filling it with my hand. I could feel kind of like a flat spot. I'm not sure if you guys could actually see that, but it definitely dips down a little bit in this kind of whole general area. So I'm gonna go ahead and scuff this up really, really good with the 36 grit, put a little bit of filler on there, block it out, and get it straight again. Same thing with this other side. This side turned out pretty good. There's one little spot where there's a little bubble, well, 2 spots in the corners, maybe a little one right there, 3 spots of bubbles. But overall pretty good. This thing got nice and hard down there, so the bumper's super solid again. Doesn't, flex as much as it did. So yeah, still need to peel off the tape right there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started laying some filler on this. Throw you guys probably on a time lapse. I'm gonna bump some tunes here in the shop and actually get some stuff done. Technically in 1 day, Jamie is due. The due date, I think the baby's gonna be a couple days late. Typically on your first birth or whatever, they usually go a little bit later, than due date. So anyhow, I don't have much time to be working on this stuff. Hopefully, I don't know, try to get a lot of it done here shortly, but definitely want to get the bumpers and everything and side skirt in primer. And I need to figure out what I'm doing with the rear bumper. So I still might steal the one off for that one, but hopefully try to get a little bit of stuff done tonight. So anyhow, I've been messing with this guide coat. This is the first time I've ever used this dry like guide coat instead of the stuff on the can. So you can see right here, it's really, really dark and it goes on and then it sands. So you can see like right there, that's kind of a low spot because it's still dark. So I could keep sanding and get that kind of smooth. But I was messing with the bumper as well. And right here you could see I have kind of a decent little coat of that icing on it. So basically what happened is like right in this area there's like a little, like a point almost, like a little nose. I mean, this is like fiberglass, so it's not going to be perfect at all. So I just kind of did a little skim. So there was a little high spot right here, and it felt like it kind of like dipped down a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to dig myself a hole with this bumper trying to make it perfect, because it probably won't ever be perfect because it's fiberglass, but I want to get it at least close. There were some chips down here as well that I kind of filled in. Added a little bit more to this because this was kind of low. Same thing with right here and right there in that deal. Skimmed these things again with the icing so it goes down in the hole's really nice. And yeah, just kind of not wet sanding, just dry sanding this stuff with 150 grit. You can see like right there, that's kind of a low-ish spot. So basically just need to keep sanding until kind of as much as the black guide coat kind of goes away, till it's at a spot where I'm comfortable with. So that's kind of why bodywork takes so much time. It's just, back and forth and back and forth, and then you find something and then you're like, okay, well, do I fix this? And you're like, oh, I gotta fix this. Oh, I gotta fix it. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna keep kind of sanding away on this stuff for a little bit, and then go home. I'm getting kind of tired. Make sure we have everything ready for the baby. So. So I got pretty much everything sanded. I blocked this down with 80 grit, and it leveled out pretty decent. There still is a little bit of a hump right there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually 100% make that go away, just because I don't want to take too much of the fiberglass material off or build up too much of this stuff. Since this stuff won't flex as much as the fiberglass, I don't want it like cracking or anything, which it shouldn't really flex too much once it's actually on the car, but I just don't want that to happen. Anyhow, got everything else kind of finished up on all the little edges and stuff. This thing blocked out pretty good. There's not really any low spots I need to touch up on other than one little thing right there. This thing's looking really good as well. And so yeah, basically all this stuff just needs another coat of primer, and then for its final wet sanding or block sanding of like 320, and then a little bit of 400, and then it'll be pretty much ready to paint. So need to get the rear bumper probably off the other car, because this one has some weird stuff going on it. Okay, so I got pretty much everything ready to primer. I didn't really film anything sanding the side skirts and stuff. I don't know, I'm just kind of tired of filming like sanding random stuff. But I kind of feel the same way with like filming painting primer stuff. But yeah, so it was kind of a big pain in the butt, because you basically have to go around every nook and cranny and get it nice and like actually like scuffed, which I'm doing this stuff in 180 grit, and the high build primer should fill in all that stuff. There is definitely some imperfections that I didn't think would be there. And I'm probably gonna get a bunch of bugs in this shit too, but anyhow, I don't know. The fiberglass stuff, I mean, you pretty much, no matter what it is, no matter how high quality or whatever, you're gonna have to like bodywork it to make it like work and look nice on your car, exactly like I had to do this stuff here. But yeah, there's still a couple little pinholes and stuff, and then kind of going down the edge over here, you can see there's like that dark spot right there. That's kind of a low spot. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect. So hopefully the high build primer will kind of point out some of that stuff. I'll probably definitely have to do 2 stages of the primer on this stuff, kind of depending on how it goes, but I'll see how it all goes. But I definitely wanted to kind of get everything in primer so it could sit for a little bit, especially with the baby. I mean, she could be here any day, So I want to get this stuff kind of sitting while it can. As you might be able to hear, birds are chirping. It's daylight outside. It's like 6 in the morning, but got everything primered. It's definitely weird. I just threw the back bumper on here. This is the first time it's actually like, this is the most of one color it's been since I've ever seen it. So back bumper's all primered. Front bumper, wing, this thing, those things should be good after this prime session. There's a few little nicks and stuff in here that will show up on here and might have to do little, you know, little touch-ups and stuff on them. Same with the side skirts and these things. But overall, I think this is, you know, a pretty good step. Kind of, we're really kind of finalizing everything. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm, you know, tired after all this shit, but anyhow, I do need to do the hood because I'm gonna probably just go with the stock hood on this whole setup. So definitely still some, you know, there's still things to be done, but you know, we're getting close. But thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry this is another primer video. I mean, as much as you guys probably don't want to see it, I don't want to put it out, but there's a lot of you guys that are just like, just put something up. I mean, I've been working pretty much kind of the past, I don't know, a little, almost week, just nights here and there. You know, been doing some other stuff and taking care of other things, but been trying to kind of pick away at the Supra. Like I said in the live stream yesterday, I definitely do want to try to have this thing painted in the next 2 weeks or so, which is going to be kind of a challenge with the whole baby and everything coming. But yeah, yesterday was technically the due date. Nothing happened, but we'll see. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you shortly.